How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the best mods I've done to my BMW E90 so far. Now, of course, there's others that would be on this list. However, due to some unforeseen circumstances worldwide in the last year, they're either no longer making the things I want to put on my car for the duration of this event, or shipping just doesn't know what they're doing. Sometimes they do stuff, other times they aren't. Stuff's backed up, so you could possibly expect a part 2 to this video. But for now, 5 of the best mods I've done to my BMW so far, and honestly, it's a gooder. Now, quick disclaimer, of course there's a few that I think belong on this list. Unfortunately, every other video out there has these same mods. So you're going to be looking at LED signals, black or carbon kidney grills, and the carbon wing. So obviously those are a given. Every BMW E90 needs those, but we're going to do less common mods. We're going to do the 5 that I think changed my car the most and that I don't see enough of. We're going to do the 5 less common best mods for an E90. So let's jump right into it, guys. So unfortunately it's pretty windy out today, and wind noise is quite the issue. So I'm going to be hunkering in here for majority of the video, I think. I'll see what I can do for you guys. I'm going to take some B-rolls and then jump right into this. Let's go. So first up on this list is, of course, that beautiful M Sport rear bumper. So I got lucky. I picked this up off a guy locally for just a couple $100. So I went ahead and I swapped this thing on, and I think obviously it definitely transforms the rear of the BMWs. On the factory options, these things kind of look a little boring in the back, even with the dual exhaust tips on the 335. So honestly, huge difference with that thing, and I love it. That's one of the most recent things I've done to this, and it's definitely my favorite one. So 100% recommend that. Unfortunately, pretty expensive. Usually with shipping up here to Canada, you're looking at about 1,000 Canadian pesos, so super not ideal, but definitely worth the price. Second on the list is going to be that beautiful, LCI Trunk. Now, I hated this when I first got into BMWs, and I had no idea what BMW was thinking when they designed those taillights, that they don't line up or anything, but now I love it. Once again, I got pretty lucky. I got this out of a junkyard for about 100 Canadian dollars, so like, you know, 20 US dollars. Once again, just kind of making it a little more modern, bringing some LEDs to this. It triggers every light code imaginable on your car, so you are gonna need some coding. But this thing transforms the back end. Pairing it with that M Sport rear bumper, you just completely transform the back of this car, and it's menacing. Right behind this thing, absolutely menacing. This one is a little more difficult. It does bolt right in, harness more or less swaps right over. A few plugs can be different, but I definitely recommend it for the price I got it for. I couldn't say no, so I did them both pretty much at the same time and completely transformed my car. Absolutely gorgeous. Another option would be to black out those taillights while you're in there, a little bit of tint, but I like the nice clean factory look. We're gonna try it out for a while, see how she looks for me, and go from there. But for that rear end, completely transforming it. The only issue is now that the back of my Beamer is super intimidating and aggressive. The front, not so much. A little bit of a bonus one, of course, when you're doing that LCI trunk, you gotta do one of the best mods, one of the most common mods. You gotta get a trunk lip. Carbon trunk lip. Oh, just the little topper that just makes it. So, would recommend it. That's a bonus one. We're gonna focus on the less common ones today, of course. The next one kind of depends on your options. So if you do have an M Sport package, probably not as necessary. But of course, I'm gonna say coilovers or lowering springs. Now, on a lot of E90s, there is a ton of wheel gap, and that's just completely unacceptable. You gotta stance that stuff, boy. Not only does it make it look a lot better, if you get some good coilovers too, it's gonna handle amazing. When I first got this car, obviously it wasn't really an option. I needed suspension, and you can get that slammed look. I live in Canada. Chances are this is gonna see some snow, hate to say it. So we had to keep it a little higher, but coilovers are going to be the best way to get rid of that wheel gap, regardless of what wheel size you choose to go with, or you stay with factories. And one of the benefits of handling, it's a no-brainer. It is a little more pricey, These things make a world of a difference. Even if you get lowering springs, anything to just make it a little more aggressive, you gotta do it. Now, if you're gonna go through the effort of lowering your car, goes without saying you're gonna need some wheels. So there's a few different options, of course, as you might imagine. Now, of course, on these E90s, the spacing in the back is a little weird, so you need to get some offset back there. If not, I believe you need some 15 to 20 mil spacers for the average vehicle. Getting yourself a nice staggered set, always a good option for your performance needs. These cars can actually pack like 10-inch tires all around, which is insane if that's what you're going for. Comfortably, you can fit up to like 19-inch wheels, which I probably wouldn't recommend if you're anywhere near where I live. These roads are going to completely destroy your wheels. You can get away with them if you're going to run some M Sport brakes. Of course, you're going to need some 19, so it is all possible, but anything to make that look just a little better, especially if you're putting coilovers and lowering it. Wheels are a must. Obviously, I went with the factory BMW options. Factory BMW wheels are actually, for the majority, are pretty nice. And I'm very tempted to get some nice gloss black factory M3 wheels of the sort. So, many different options out there, but again, wheels, number 4, an absolute must, especially if you're lowering it. You gotta make that stuff look good and make it stand out. And finally, guys, number 5 on the list. Once again, depends on the options, if you have the M Sport package or not. And I might even argue this should be one of your first mods if you're going to be driving, especially on my 328. This is kind of how I even ended up with this car. It's kind of a funny story. If you want to check it out, go check out my 335 intro video. I basically went to go pick up these mods for my 328 and ended up with a different car. So, and of course, that is going to be the M Sport wheel and seats. So these fancy little gaffers have the coveted under thigh support. And again, don't roast me, guys. This car needs a clean in. It's been sitting for a while. I just brought her out for this video, so bad timing. Probably should have watched it and detailed it first. Didn't nail it. These M Sport seats have some nice bolstering that'll squeeze you and make you feel loved at all times. Plus heated seats and under thigh supports. What more could you ask for? Oh, right, they have airbags. So you have a little bolster button, and if you hear, I'm getting hugged. My seat is hugging me. Having some adjustable side bolsters on these make a world of a difference. And if you put this in, you basically have a factory seat from like a 328 or just non-M Sport seats. But they have a little more bolstering still, and they're actually a lot more comfortable. There's like a very subtle difference in the back. Moving on to the steering wheel. My 328 had the notoriously ugly, awkward airbag, and it's just a flat steering wheel. Other than that, same buttons and all, but just flat and boring. So luckily this car came equipped with the M Sport package, so I did get this airbag that sits out a little bit further. It's just all around more appealing to the eye, as well as these little shifters too. So can't go wrong there, but all around, absolutely better looking wheel. I did do the black badges. Absolutely gorgeous. 100% recommend this. You can honestly usually pick these up for pretty cheap. Under $1,000 you can get a steering wheel and both seats, so kind of a no-brainer. And usually they're even in better shape too, considering my car has almost 200,000 kilometers. So huge difference, especially as a driver mod. If you're going to be spending most of your time driving, you might as well make it nice and give yourself a nice view. So number 5 is going to be some M Sport seats and a steering wheel. Must-have mod. So those are going to be my top 5 must-have mods. These things are absolutely necessary. Again, 12 out of 10 recommend those kidney grills, carbon lips, carbon diffusers, carbon everything you can get. Carbon, and the LED smoke signals. But unfortunately, 90% of the videos I see for BMWs and must-have mods, those are 3 of the 5. So these are going to be my 5. Must-have mods for your BMW E90 build. The M Sport bumper, there is an option for 328s for the single exhaust exit. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you like, I could probably make a part 2 once I get some more parts in. I'll keep updating you guys, but those are my top 5 mods that are a little less common out there that you need to do to your BMW E90. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.